Hello, everyone, and welcome to Edgy Protocol Bingo. Who's excited? Let us know in the chat.
Me.
I know I'm super excited too. I love bingo.
So do I.
It's like I haven't played for a while, but when I was able to, or just before COVID too, it's just fun. Just going and playing. So we are going to do an Edgy Protocol Bingo. And if you don't know us, I'm Stephanie Howe, and
I am Megan Fernie.
And let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that you're going to need is you will need to have access to the Google group. This is just to kind of let us know who is in our presentations and who is kind of accessing our slides. And if something happens, we can trust you because we never know when we're going to get that slide bomber that's going to ruin all of our stuff. So because this is like a collaborative bingo, like some things you are going to do with a group, just know that you are going to need access. So please join that group if you haven't yet. Megan put the link in the chat so that way you're kind of able to see all of the material. And I just shared the slides with that group. So you can go ahead and start joining the slides. And Megan, can you put the link to the slides?
Yep, I'm doing that right now as soon as my computer stops being weird.
And right here, this is just the video that we're doing today. If you need a recap of the rules, and I mean, there's not really any rules, but if you just need a recap of how to do this activity. So Edgy Protocols, if you're not familiar with them, they are amazing books that are created by John Crippo and Marlena Hebron. And with them, there's a whole website, and all of the links, again, are in the slide deck for their resources. But if you're not familiar with them, they're all on here. And this bingo is really going to be an interactive PD. So you might want to read the books, and as you're reading, do some of the activities. That's how I learn best. What about you, Megan?
That's what I did. I bought the books, went through, tabbed all of them, found ones that fit for my classroom, then kind of continued to read through them. And then I started looking for other examples.
Mm-hmm. And you don't have to read the books in order.
No.
Which is really hard for me, who's type A, and I'm like, okay, I got to read it from the beginning to the end, and I did. But with this bingo board, just kind of know that, maybe you look at the board and you're like, oh, that looks really interesting. Take a look in it and skip a chapter to go to that. It does not read, so you have to know. It's not like you need prior knowledge from chapter 1 to chapter 2. So feel free to skip around.
Right.
Okay, so here is the bingo board. If you're ready, you're going to go to slide 6. Megan will also put the link in the chat for this bingo board. But you're going to go ahead and you're going to make a copy of this bingo board. This is the board that you're going to need to enter for the raffle. This is the board that you're going to kind of learn off of. This is the board that has all of the interactive links. So right here, you can see, I'm just going to go over a couple of them. And I tried to match the icons to help. So the book icon, that just means if you read 5 Edgy Protocols, let me go ahead and make a copy before I mess up the original and people are like, oh my gosh, Stephanie already has a bingo for me. So again, if you don't know how to make a copy, just go to File, Make a Copy. All right, so I've got my read 5 Edgy Protocols. All you're going to do, you can pick any of the books and all you have to do is read them. And again, that's 5 chapters. So is how they kind of break up their book is by 5 Edgy Protocols is like a chapter. So once I read that, I can grab one of these cute little bingo chips and I can add it on.
Yep, and the chapters are not long at all.
Yeah.
So they're really short, couple pages, so you can get through them pretty quickly. And they give you room. You can write comments, whatever things, highlight stuff, whatever works for you.
And again, you can do that twice. There's one over here as well. They have to be 5 different ones, but you're able to get those pieces pretty quickly. The next one is a sketch and tell. So whenever you see this little icon of the presentation, what that means is you're going to click the link and you are going to go in here to a slide and you are going to create your own sketch and tell. So you're going to add an idea. And what we did already is like John had this really cool idea on Twitter. And like with Sketch and Tell, you could do it by step-by-step directions. So like step 1 is, fill the water bottle rocket with clean water. Step 2, so that is one idea. Adam Mueller, who we love, he also has a really good idea where he uses like gummy bears. So think outside the box on this one if you want to do this one. How could you create Sketch and Tell? You could even create the template. I know Amanda Sandoval creates she created this template. Maybe you're like, oh, I'm not like Adam where I can think of different ways. Create a template where it's just 2 different columns and it says Sketch and Tell. Get creative with it. So that's that one. And again, these slides, you're going to add directly onto them. So no copy. It's a collaborative doc because then we can use your stuff. Other people can use your stuff. But if you want credit, please, please, please put your name in the speaker notes because that way we know who we can like retweet, like, oh, I love this idea. And I want to give credit, but sometimes it's like, who did that? So just add your information in that speaker notes if this is one that you do and you use those collaborative slides. So again, anything with this is where you're going to add to those collaborative slides. Same thing with thin slides. This one, you just you can see here, I put my name in the speaker notes. I did less, and you're just going to quickly read whatever you're to do with that idea. Okay. So let me kind of play along. Next one, you're going to create a number mania about you. So right here, we're going to skip the Google form and the Google Sheet part, and you are going to brainstorm your facts. And if you need to, there is a template for you that you're able to do that. Create your infographic, and then you're going to share it. And right here is the guest password on Flipgrid. So we're going to have a Flipgrid, and you're just going to take your Number Mania slide, and you're going to share that with us. So right here, you can see an example. This is Miss Smith, and what she did is she has 1,020 emails. So again,
that's way too many.
Yeah, so you can get really creative with this one. And again, you're adding to the slide deck. Okay. And again, put your name in the speaker notes. It's like huge. And then with this one, see here, rack and stack, you're kind of thinking about different ways that you can use Edu protocols together. So again, Adam is amazing. And what he did is like he uses 8 parts, and he also used Ultimate Exit Ticket. He put those 2 Edu protocols together to create an assignment. So Megan, can you think of one that you might have done together?
What did we do? Of course, you put me on the spot and I can't think of anything.
We did Number Mania and thin slides. Oh
yeah, that's right. We did do, I forgot. We also did Iron Chef and thin slides.
Yeah, so you're just going to tell us what are 2 Edu protocols that could go together, and how could you use that with a lesson idea? And so you'll just kind of grab a slide. Again, it's collaborative. Add your name in the speaker notes if you want credit. If you don't care and you just want to share or you just want to play, you can leave it blank. But if you do want credit, please put like your name in Twitter, and we're happy to like retweet any of this.
For sure.
And then over here, do you want to talk about the next row, or you want me to keep going?
Where are we at?
Pick an activity to start smart.
Oh, yeah. I haven't even looked at some of these yet.
So right here, this one is a Start Smart School year. You're just going to look over some ideas and pick what you want to do for day 1. It's already picked out for you. You just kind of have to look at the different ideas and make a copy and start creating for your classroom.
And I like these ideas for the Start Smart stuff at the beginning of the year because it's a good way to introduce your students to Edu protocols. And so that way you don't have to spend time later in the year being like, okay, this is how we do a thin slide. Once they've done it a few times, they've got the repetition down, they're good to go.
Yeah. The next one, again, it's that collaborative slide deck. It's using Create the 3V Vision. Teresa created this activity. And what you're going to do is you're going to look at this image. What's a positive view, negative view, questioning view? And you're just kind of practicing some of these as a student. So sometimes you're the teacher creating, sometimes you're practicing as a student would. So it's allowing that hands-on practice with these different protocols.
The next one with the Curiosity Creator, we're just doing this off of one of the books from EduProtocols. By looking at this book, what do you wonder? What do you notice? What are you thinking? And then you can just fill those in. This works great in any classroom. You could put this up as like an entrance ticket, as you're coming into class, a bell ringer. What do you wonder? What do you notice, to get kids kind of engaged in the start of the class?
Yeah, and don't forget your name and sticker notes.
Yep.
Didn't say that at all. And then right here, you're going to be creating your own 8 parts. So you're going to actually fill out a Google form where you put your name or your email, your name, what you created, because all of these you are going to create a template on your own. And then you're going to put the evidence right in here. So you're going to share the slide deck. And also when you're sharing, please go to the share. Make sure anybody with the link can view. So that way we don't have like, I can't see it, because we might be able to make a copy and adapt. And please either put your name like up here in the name or in the speaker notes, because again, we don't want to just steal your stuff. We want to give you guys credit. Other teachers want to use your stuff and give you credit. So if you're okay with sharing, that's an option that you could do. All right, the next row right here, worst presentation ever. You are going to make a copy and you're going to create the worst presentation ever. So again, all of these resources on how to do that are in the book. So you might read one of those chapters and then you might go do it. So there's like 2 bingo cards that you can kind of mark off as you're doing those different activities. And so here's a lesson. And again, feel free to use any of my templates that I've created in your classroom. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I love doing this as a fake student, you can use that same template and you can edit it. I don't care. I will share my stuff out to anyone, but just make sure you make a copy of anything. But I think I only have you guys viewing on some stuff. But if you're on here and you're like, oh, I love this activity, make a copy of it, because everybody's on it. And then you can edit that copy. Do not edit my originals when we are working together. So just go to file, make a copy. That's the only thing that makes me really nervous. But again, I don't care that you use any of my stuff. Let's keep going. So right here where it says share an idea, this is pulling from that Google form. So when you go to share an idea, you will be able to see evidence from the other person. You'll be able to see and filter. Let's see here. Cyber Sandwich. Maybe you're looking for a template on Cyber Sandwich. You can go to this share area and you'll be able to pull from the community of people who have uploaded templates that they've created. And you can reuse those in your classroom. And then again, we're going to keep the name and email address. That way, if you have questions, you can email them. We're building that personal learning network. So that will be available as well. Right here, this one's a thick slide. So again, you are going to be in a collaborative slide deck. You're going to act as a student. All the directions are on this slide. So you're kind of able to see what that is and what that's going to look like. And then again, there's another evidence that you could do. So with this one, you could create your own TikTok toe board, and then you can share it on that Google form. Right here, you're able to review a Wakelet collection if you wanted to. And then over here, you can do a create your own things that rock. So in here, you'll go ahead and you'll create a things that rock for your classroom and then add it to that Google form. This one is a mini report. You're going to complete it as a student would. And then this one right here, you're going to search Twitter and you're just going to find, using that hashtag EduProtocols, all these fun ideas that people have when it comes to EduProtocols. And
there are so many out there.
There really are. And then again, here's another submit. So again, you're going to read the directions right here and you're going to submit an example. This one right here is another submit an example. This one is create and share your own secret ingredient. So there's a wakelet of secret ingredients and you're going to add your own ideas on what could we use for Iron Chef as secret ingredients.
I did that in my class, the Iron Chef, and they loved it. So I highly recommend looking at especially the Iron Chef stuff. It's good.
Yeah. And then this one right here is a game of quotes. So you're going to add a caption or you're going to come up with some type of prompt for your students. So like my example is find a caption for this photo. You'll create your own. And then we have this slide resource where we can use them throughout the school year. So we're working smarter, not harder.
Cyber Sandwich is next, where it's another evidence piece. You can take 2 articles, you could take 2 videos, you could take 2 anything, combining an article and a video, whatever, and you're going to kind of merge those together. But that is something else that you're going to be creating and sharing.
And then same thing right there for the Fast and Curious. And then this one is for your friend. So you're going to call your best friend, text your best friend, tweet your best friend, and you are going to create their for a friend. So you're going to kind of create that. And this one does look a little different than the 4 boxes, and that's okay. You know, it doesn't always have to look like our original things that we're used to using. And so right here, my superpower, we all want something that we dislike. And then you can kind of decide. And again, you can have 3 friends or you could just do 2 friends. So up to you on that one. Okay, so that is the bingo board. Let us know if there's any questions in the chat. And if you do have questions, email us at info@goldedu.org. So I will throw that into the chat. And if you have any questions, just email us. And we will be more than happy to answer any of those questions or help you along if you're struggling on any of these different topics. Okay. So once you make your copy, you are kind of all set to kind of start to explore. And then now you're like, okay, well, what do I do when I get a bingo? Once you have a bingo, you're going to tweet your bingo. So once I have a bingo, I am going to go over to my board and I am going to just say, bingo. There we go. And then I just take a screenshot of it. I tweet it. I'm going to tag Gold and Edu Protocols. Okay. And then once you do that, you're going to put it into a Google form. So that way you can be entered into the raffle. So you're just going to put your name or your email, your name, and then your link to your tweet. And so to get your link to your tweet, you just go up here to this little share icon, and then you just copy the URL. So copy link to tweet. Okay, so again, this little up arrow, click it, copy link to tweet, and then you just paste it right into the raffle, and then you hit submit. If you do not have Twitter, no worries. Just submit your evidence to info@goldedu.org. So I'll throw that up there again. And we can say, yep, good, fill out the Google form, and then just fill out the Google form and just say that you emailed Gold. So that will work as well. Okay, so no worries if you don't have Twitter or anything like that. I just know a lot of people do.
Yep.
And then again, you can get bingo as many times as you want. So if you go this way and then you go that way, that's 2 bingos. If you fill up your whole card, that's a lot of bingos. So every time you get a bingo, you can put it in. And again, a bingo for us, because I know that's confusing. I think sometimes people are like, well, that's not a bingo. But this could be a bingo.
Yep.
Going side to side, that could be a bingo. So there's 1, there's 2, and then again, I could go this way. So that would be 3. If I fill out the whole board, that's 4, you know, and then that's probably more than 4 because I've got all these other areas. So just know you can get multiple bingos. All right. And then right here, if you need help with EduReps, it's an Edu protocol. It's really called Math Reps, but we're changing it to EduReps because I was like, well, this could be done in any subject. And a lot of educators have also kind of shared that on Twitter. So join us next week, and we'll be talking about EduReps. And this could also maybe help with your bingo board if you need some help with any of those topics. Okay, and then the raffle is for a gift card. So we're going to be giving away a $10 gift card to one of our winners. And again, it's by filling out that Google form. And we'll pick one name. And this is going to be due on the 31st of July. And then you will be notified August. So whenever your July 31st is over, is good. Like there's no time. I'm not doing a time zone because the next day we're going to pull a name. So if it says like August on the Google form, you won't be counted. It's all July. And again, you can fill this out whenever you are ready. So if you finish your whole card today, you can submit it today.
Yep.
Totally up to you on how you want to do this. Maybe you want to scaffold it out. That's fine as well. But it is going to be due the last day of July, and then we will pull names August, and we'll probably either tweet or we will send you an email. And then don't forget the books. So here are the 3 different Edu Protocol books that you can purchase if you don't have them already, but I feel like a lot of people do. And then this might help you. It will help you if you're not familiar with them throughout this bingo challenge. So you might be like, well, what is a thin slide? Well, you can read about it and then you can do the activities in there. A lot of times the math one, people are like, well, that's just for math. I took it and I was like curious creator, that can be used for any subject. So I don't think you just need to think. It has a math focus, but sometimes if you're able to transfer those ideas, you could use that in your classroom, some of those ideas. All right. Anything else, Megan?
No, I don't think so. Just happy creating, everybody.
Yeah, we can't wait to see what you guys create. And do not forget your name, please. And then just thank you. So Megan's going to throw the feedback form right into the chat. And if you need credit for this session of watching it, feel free to fill that out and you'll get a certificate of attendance to your email. And that is auto-generated. So just make sure you fill all that information out. And
Sorry, sign me out.
Oh, no.
Technology.
We will get it. But let us know if you guys have any questions by emailing us at info@gold.edu.org. Other than that, have fun creating.
Thanks, everyone.